ready, Mary Elizabeth. Come in.
Hurry, darling, I was simply bursting.
Here, let me look at you. You know something? You're the most beautiful sister I ever had.
I'm the only sister you ever had. Clay, you're not wearing your uniform, and I did so want to show you off tonight.
But I don't want to be shown off.
Just this once, please. It is never girl in Charleston who has a brother with a captain's uniform, and I've told everybody how handsome you look in it, and they won't believe me unless they see you. Please, Clay, darling, for your little sister.
Little coquette, you mean? You do know how to wheedle a man. All right, just this once.
Oh, thank you, Clay. You're a dear. Oh, Clay, you look wonderful. I wish somebody would blow a bugle or something when we make our grand entrance tonight.
I was under the impression we were attending a ball, not a military maneuver. Don't you think you should introduce me?
Oh, yes. These are my very best friends. That's why I'm willing to share you with them.
That's most generous of you.
This is Ellen Frances Goodhue and Francine Malin, Colonel Malin's niece.
Well, I've seldom had the pleasure of escorting three such lovely young ladies to the same party. If you'll excuse me, I'll say goodnight to Grandfather Fletcher.
What did I tell you, girls? Isn't he perfectly stunning? Oh, yeah. I just think now that he's home, we can just go every place.
I'll tell you, you're just in time, my boy. Here.
Thank you.
Here's your health.
Thank you, Grandfather. Mr. Seaton? Mr. Seaton?
Well, Clay, I suppose you're anxious to resume your law practice.
Yes, sir, of course I am, but...
You must have had some terribly exciting experiences, Clay. I want you to tell me all about the war.
The whole war, Mrs. Seaton?
Yes, every single bit of it.
Well, sometime when you have 5 years to spare, you let me know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have 3 young ladies waiting for me outside. Tonight, I'm not sure whether I'm escort or chaperone.
Excuse me, Judge Fletcher.
Yes, sir, go.
Mr. Howe is here about the Jeffers matter.
Oh, yes, yes, of course. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Granddad, Clover wasn't referring to Henry Jeffers, was he?
Well, yes, Clay, did you know him?
Only by reputation. I knew he was one of the most famous criminal attorneys in the South. He had a daughter, I believe, Susan.
You believe he had a daughter, Susan? Well, she was the first person you asked about when you came home.
Now, Mrs. Seaton, what happened to the Jeffers, Grandfather? Where did they go?
Well, I really don't know the particulars, Clay. You see, they left very quietly and suddenly. No one knew where they'd gone until quite recently. And then, in order to settle an estate involving Susan Jeffers, we instituted a search and located them at a frontier settlement called El Paso. What is it, Harvey?
I'm sorry to trouble you, Mr. Fletcher, but Chase Burroughs, who was sailing on the Jeffers case, has been taken down with fever. Shall we cancel the passage, or would you rather send someone else?
Why, send someone else, of course, but who is it we can send? How about Judson? Could he go?
Grandfather.
What's that?
Let me go to El Paso.
Oh, no, Clay. You just got home. Say no, Grandfather.
Well, what on earth do you want to go there for, Clay?
I really can't explain, Grandfather. It's just that I'm not ready to settle down in a law office yet.
What time's the packet sail?
9 o'clock tonight, sir.
You'll have to hurry if you're going to catch that boat.
Oh, no.
Thanks, Grandfather. And as for you, sis, I'll take you to a party another time. All 3 of you.
My opponent had 2-10 showing against my aces, but he started betting just like he had another one buried. I was in a dilemma, terrible dilemma.
What happened then, Mr.
Key's the name, Pescaloosie Wahoo Key. But just call me Pesky, Clayton, my boy. Now, where was I?
In a dilemma. It's too bad you didn't stay there.
Oh, yeah.
soldiers. Wonder where they're all going.
They're going home. The war's over. Or haven't you heard?
Whoa! There she be, folks. I don't see nothing. But nothing. There's sure plenty of that. The old Rio Grande herself. Mile wide and a foot deep. Too thin to plow and too thick to drink. What's that?
Looks like Indians on the warpath.
I don't know. Could be, but I ain't taking no chances. Now, here! Now! Come on! Get up! Come on! Get it! There! Hope them Indians ain't the scalping variety. We think we're gonna lose this beautiful head of hair.
Me neither. I just paid $50 for this.
Nope, they're white men. Looks like a holdup. You gents better hand me your valuables. They don't bother us ladies much.
Hey, wait a minute. The coach is in. We'll stand much later.
Indians. We've been caught.
Oh, take it easy, gents. You're in El Paso. I want you to meet two of our more prominent merchants, Mexican Joe and Paiute Pete.
Howdy.
All right, folks, you're going to have to get out yourselves.
Why, Ben, you mean you ain't gonna lift me down?
By God, I can't pass up an offer like that. Come to Papa.
Why, there's life in the old boy yet.
That's your life. Be seeing you, Nellie.
Careful with my merchandise there, driver. Folks, get ready for a treat. Genuine tin-plated silver, direct from Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. Be open for business first thing tomorrow morning. Hands off the merchandise there, boys.
There you be, mister.
Could you tell me the way to the hotel?
Sure can. Right down there at the end of the street. What's the matter?
That young lady that was on the stage. I gave her my wallet to hold for me.
Yep, mine too.
I say something funny?
You sure did. Beats all how you Easterners fall for that trick.
Trick?
Sure thing. Stagecoach Nellie, they calls her. Makes the run once a week. Does right well at it, too.
Why didn't you warn us?
In Texas, mister, you mind your own business. Out here, it's every man for himself. And woman, too.
Come on, up to there.
Yo, Sheriff?
Oh, Bert, we got the fellow that shot Buddy Mars.
I want a trial, Donner. I don't care how rotten a deal I get. I still aim to say my piece.
Sure, that's all right with us. If he wants a trial, give him one.
Yeah, everything open and above board, huh? Come on.
Wake up, Judge.
Oh, yes, I just catching a few winks.
Come on, Judge. You've got a whole court.
Oh, court, yes, of course.
Get up, boys. The judge is going to try a man. Keep everything ready. Go here first.
Hey, mister. What? Bet you $1.
The bat. That one.
You win. This court is now in session. Take off your hats.
Come on, take them off.
You heard the judge. Take off them purty bonnets.
Order in the courtroom. Well, where's the prisoner?
Here he is, Judge.
Well, gotta have a jury, you know. We can't try a man without a jury. Now, who wants to serve on a jury? You, Mr. Donner? You're a prominent citizen. You, Miss Wilkes, Mr. Ritter, you're both prominent citizens, surely. You gentlemen wouldn't shirk your civic duty?
That's right, Judge. It's a man's duty to serve on a jury. Come on, boys. We got to have a jury.
Yeah. Now, what's the charge against this man?
Murder, Your Honor. He killed one of my deputies while resisting arrest.
That's bad. That's very bad. What'd you kill a man for?
Shot him in self-defense.
Oh, that goes without saying. You heard the charges, Judge.
Yes, but Sheriff, there's got to be some evidence.
You saw the evidence yesterday when we buried him. Now, what do you say?
It is not, sir, for me to say. Has the jury reached the verdict?
We have, Your Honor, guilty. We recommend that the court exact the full penalty by hanging. If I weren't seeing this with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it.
I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I still don't believe it. You heard the verdict? Take him away.
It'll be a pleasure.
Court's dismissed.
Nice work, Judge.
Wait. What kind of a trial do you call that? This man wasn't given a chance to defend himself.
What are you doing, trying to tell us how to run our business?
Trials are my business. I happen to be a lawyer. Do you hear that, Judge? The stranger here is criticizing your conduct of the trial. You ought to fine him for contempt.
Sure, but anything you say. $50 for contempt.
Make it 100 if you like. But I still think he deserves a fair hearing. Don't disappoint the gentleman, Judge. Make it 100. And drinks for the house.
$100 and drinks for the house.
I'm afraid I can't call you,
You mean
Judge.
you can't pay the fine? Then we'll have to find other ways of collecting it, eh, Judge? Let's start with his hat. Now, what am I doing?
That's me, Donner.
Sold to the gentleman for $10. Pay the judge, Marge. Now let's have his coat, Sheriff.
Take the prisoner away.
Gentlemen.
genuine broadcloth and the finest Eastern tailoring. What am I bid?
It's better than none.
$30 apiece, boys, and pay the judge. We still need another $30, Sheriff. Let's have his vest.
Come and get it.
Well, since you put it that way, you don't leave me much choice.
There, Payne!
Judge Jeffers, now we get that vest.
You? Henry Jeffers?
All right, Judge, we still need $30. Let's get his pants, boys.
Un momento, señores.
Don Nacho Vasquez.
I'm surprised at you, Senor Donner. Is this the kind of hospitality you offer a stranger?
The boys are just having a little fun, Vasquez. Go ahead, take his pants.
Wait! I would not do that.
I give the orders here, Vasquez.
Remember, senor, you're always one little bit too slow. I think maybe you give back the senor his clothes. Yes?
Spin the mugs, Bert.
All right, I'll shoot you for the gent's clothes.
If you wish.
Back up, boys.
After you, senor.
All right, Sam, spin him. Your turn, Vasquez.
Spin him, Senor Sam. Now perhaps you will give the senor back his clothes.
All right, boys.
Much obliged.
A pleasure, senor. Adios, senores.
Gracias, Pedro. A sus órdenes, don Nacho.
My name is Fletcher.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Senor Fletcher.
Would you mind telling me who you are and why you took the trouble to rescue me?
I am Nacho Vasquez. I have a ranch in Chihuahua just across the border. Occasionally, I come here to visit my sister, Lupita Montes. She runs the inn in Del Norte. When I saw a man who was not afraid to speak the truth, I felt you were a man worth helping. There are not many in these parts who have the courage to oppose Donner.
It was pure ignorance on my part, I assure you. Who is this Donner?
He owns the hotel, but that is not all, my friend. He is the head man of El Paso Land Development Association.
Sounds fancy. What is it?
Oh, it's a group of men who have robbed and stolen until they control every acre of ground in 100 miles in every direction, except south. The Mexican troops are fighting Maximilian, so I have made it my business to see that Donner and his men do not cross the border to molest my people.
And, Judge Jeffers?
It's a farsa, my friend. A joke. Most of the time, he does what Donner tells him.
And the rest of the time?
He stays drunk. There has been no one for the good people in El Paso to go to see. But now it will be different, eh? You will be a lawyer here, no?
Afraid no is right. I came here to see Judge Jeffers and his daughter Susan on business.
Oh, that is too bad. I mean that you're not going to be a lawyer. The people here need protection.
I'm afraid a lawyer would need protection around here, too. Any idea where Miss Jeffers lives?
Of course, Senorita Jeffers is very beautiful. One does not forget her easily. She runs the sombrereria, the store for the ladies' hats. Would you like to go there?
Not right now. I'd like to get a new coat first.
My sister will give you one. She no longer has a husband to wear it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, Mr. Montes, he died a brave man. He gave his life defending his people from Senor Donner.
The law works fast around here.
There's only one law in El Paso, amigo. If you want to live, you must learn to shoot. Quick. Come, I take you to the inn.
I beg your pardon, but could... Well, Stagecoach Nellie, I've been looking for you.
Now, ain't that a coincidence? I've been looking for you, too. To give you back your wallet.
Oh?
Here.
Thank you.
It's nice leather.
But it's empty.
No fooling. Now, ain't that a shame?
Young lady, there was money in this.
You'll have a hard time proving that, mister. Adios.
Were you speaking to me, Nellie? Clay. Clay Fletcher.
Susan. Well, at least you haven't forgotten.
Oh, no, of course not. I am glad to see you. How is your grandfather and Mary Elizabeth? And, well, everyone in Charleston.
They're fine, thanks.
What happened to my customer?
Stagecoach Nellie, she departed rather hastily after giving me back my empty wallet.
Oh, no, not you too, Clay.
Well, I still don't see anything so funny about
I'm
it.
sorry. It's just that...
I know. It's just that you have so little to laugh at around here, is that it?
Well, let's just say it's kind of a standing joke. Anyway, let me prove to you we haven't forgotten our civilized manners completely. Come in, I'll fix tea.
Do you think it's safe? This doesn't seem to be exactly a tea-drinking community.
Then quite suddenly, Father's health failed, and the doctors recommended a drier climate. So we came out here. Cream?
No, thanks.
Naturally, after Charleston, everything seemed free and easy. Almost primitive, you might say. The people were kind and generous. A little impulsive, perhaps.
So I noticed.
Anyway, it's exciting, Clay. I love it.
But surely you don't prefer it to Charleston.
And why not? It's a glorious new country. Big and free and full of wonderful opportunities. Father and I are crazy about it. He's quite an important person here, you know. He's the judge.
Yes, I know. You make it sound very attractive, Susan. I'm almost tempted to stay and try my luck. Why didn't you write to me?
Really now, Clay, with your troop moving around so...
You could have gotten in touch with me through my family. You knew I wanted you to. I told you so.
Captain Fletcher, you don't expect a girl to believe everything a handsome young officer whispers in your ear, do you? Especially when he's on a 6-hour furlough and there's romantic music and a moon and...
You knew I was in love with you, Susan.
Please, Clay, I'd rather not talk about it.
Susan.
Susan, gal.
Yes, Father, I'm here.
Susan.
now you know.
I already knew. I saw the judge holding court today at the Casa Grande.
There's not much more to say. When he first left Charleston, there were days and weeks when it was perfectly normal. Now... Well, anyway, you know why I can't go back, Clay.
I wish there was something I could do for you. For him.
There is, Clay. When you go back to Charleston, don't tell anyone what you've seen here.
I promise. The judge has to sign these papers as executor. When do you think?
Noon tomorrow. He usually gets up then.
I'll still be here. The stage for the East doesn't leave till day after tomorrow.
And Clay.
Yes?
I don't like it here. I never have. I hate El Paso.
I know.
Hey, keep your hands off that. All right, boys, right in here. Easy now. She's worth her weight in gold. I brought that instrument all the way from New Orleans. Well, here you are, honey. A little present to make El Paso seem a bit more like Charleston. What are you doing here?
I could ask the same question if it weren't so obvious.
You two know each other?
We met rather informally.
I see you found yourself a new coat.
Yes. The coat of a brave man who died defending the rights of his people. There are 2 bullet holes in the back of it. You've heard of Senor Montez.
Montez made the mistake of interfering with the law. If you're smart, you won't make the same mistake.
If I do, Donner, I'll remember not to turn my back on you.
Goodbye, Susan.
In the fur business now, Pesky?
You betcha, partner. Man, did I just put over a slick trade with them 2 boobs. They ain't got the slightest idea what them skins are worth.
Are you sure you have?
Well, I can get $10 each for them back in New Orleans. Smart, eh?
I guess so. I'll see you back at the inn, Pesky, and Stagecoach Nellie wants to hold these for you. The answer is no.
Gotcha, partner.
Oh, stop it! Don't kill him!
I don't like people calling me a thief and a liar, Mrs. Elkins. Your place will be sold for taxes tomorrow, like I said.
I was under the impression that an officer of the law is hired to keep the peace, not to break it.
Why, you... Mike, I want to see you inside.
Not Sergeant Johnny Elkins.
That's right.
Remember me, Captain Fletcher?
Oh, yes, Captain Fletcher. My wife, Captain.
Thank you for coming to Johnny's help.
What did they do to you?
He kicked my ribs in.
We better get you to a doctor.
There's just the army doctor, and he's away with the troop.
I'll be all right, Captain. Give me a hand.
Where to now, Sergeant?
Home, I guess. I got a wagon around the corner.
I'll bind up those ribs for you. Take it easy. Not too tight, is it?
Mm-mm.
War teaches a man a few useful tricks, eh, Sergeant? You better put this shirt on. I heard what the sheriff said about taking your land for taxes. They wouldn't do that, would they?
How do you think Donner and his crowd got their land?
And the sheriff, too.
But your taxes became delinquent while you were serving in the army.
That doesn't make any difference to them. They've stolen land from dozens of soldiers the same way.
They're not going to get mine unless they want to shoot it out.
Oh, be careful, John.
Take it easy, Sergeant.
Just What are you going to do?
I'm going to drive you home if you've got no objection.
None at all, Captain.
Which way do we go?
Straight ahead and west on the river bottom road.
Get out.
The women and kids were scared their men folks wouldn't find them when they got back from the war. So they came here and went to the river bottom. I was lucky. I got back before they got around to my wife and kid. So when they come, Captain, I'll be waiting for them.
Johnny! Here comes Jack.
John and Lafarge are coming with a whole bunch of men. They're just around the bend in the wash. Here they come.
No, Johnny, no.
Put the gun away, Sergeant. They're just looking for an excuse to shoot you. Stay up here. Let me handle this.
Open the gate, Dutch.
I'd like a word with you, Sheriff, before you open this gate.
What right have you got to talk for Elkins?
The right of a lawyer to speak for his client. Elkins was in the Army when those taxes fell due. He deserves a chance to earn the money to pay them.
You can't make any exceptions, Sheriff. Open that gate, Dutch.
Elkins has got a legal right.
Get out of my way! I'm here for the tax money, Elkins. You got it?
Oh, Johnny, my God.
I said I'd pay as soon as I could earn the money. Now clear out. Get off my land. All of you.
Not your land anymore. It belongs to the state. Get his gun, Dutch. This property, consisting of 200 acres more or less, will be sold and...
Get out. Get out.
Take him.
I warned you. I said I'd shoot. Now get off my land. All of you. Get up!
Give me that gun, Johnny.
You're in enough trouble already.
Oh, they'll kill him. They'll kill him.
You gotta make a run for it, Johnny. Any idea where he'll head for?
Oh, most likely the river. He'll be safe if he gets across the border.
It's straight south across the range. They'll follow the wash and swing back.
Pancho's ranch. I'll meet you there. Take that. Get out of the way. Back up there. I'm afraid you'll have to let me through the other end. This horse don't seem to want to budge. I don't know much about horses.
For a man who doesn't know much about horses, you come across some rough territory in mighty fast time. Now quit stalling and get out of the way.
You poked your nose in our business once too
I didn't want any more of that.
Look, Donner, I'm
Sheriff, put him under arrest.
All right, come on, you. You don't want me, you want Elkins.
I tell you what, as his lawyer, I promised to deliver him to you the day of the trial. The bargain?
It's a deal, Fletcher.
All right. But don't forget you're still under arrest, and don't try to leave El Paso until you turn him over to me. Now, come on. We'll see that you get back to town, all right?
When I borrowed this coat, it only had 2 bullet holes in it. I'd like to get it back in the same condition. After you, gentlemen.
What was the idea back there, Donna? Well, if anything happens to Fletcher, it's got to look like he started it. Or that it was an accident.
Susan. Susan.
Yes, Father, I'm coming.
Rheumatism, you know, always gets me this time of year.
Here, drink this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, dear. Now, if you just steady my hand.
Yes, of course. Easy now.
It's been very nice meeting you, young man. Kindly give my regards to your grandfather. He's a fine man, your grandfather. Yes, sir. He's a great man. Now, if you would just excuse me, sir, I've got to go. I've got the whole court. I'm a judge, you know.
Yes, sir. I expect you'll be seeing a lot of me.
What do you mean by that, Clay?
Well, I've decided that El Paso is what you said it was, Susan. A land of opportunity, particularly for a lawyer. I hope you won't mind, sir, if we find ourselves lined up on opposing sides occasionally.
You make the mistake, Mr. Fletcher. A great mistake. This is a new country, sir. A raw and a primitive country. Take my advice and you'll get out. Get out before...
Father's right, Clay. This is a primitive country. If you want to keep your self-respect, you better go back now on the next stage.
Will you go with me?
You know I can't.
I'm going out of town for a few days. I'll be back in time for Johnny Elkins' trial. I'll see you then. Pesky, I need help. Someone I can trust.
Why, look further, Clayton, my boy. I'm as trustworthy as they come and as honest as they go. And, brother, I come and go with the best of them. Take a look at them hides.
Well, these are not the same skins you have.
Of course they ain't. Them's genuine cow hides. You see, I just concluded a very profitable transfer of merchandise with my local competitors over there. Shame to take the money.
I see.
Of course, I had to throw in my coat, my hat, my vest, my watch, a few other things to clinch the deal. But look what I got. Sure. You and me are going to ride home first class, partner.
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about, Pesky. I'm not going home right away.
You're not?
No, Sheriff Lafarge has set Johnny Elkins' trial for the 16th, a week from today. Now, if the judge is drunk, we haven't got a chance. He's got to be sober for that trial. So here's what I want you to do.
may find them a little hot, Senor Elkins, but I think you'll like them.
Don Nacho.
See?
Don Nacho. Dos hombres a caballo.
Perdón, senor. Ernesto, Roberto, Garcia.
Senor Fletcher. What? Who is this?
Your sister's servant, Arturo. He got the bullet that was meant for me.
Take the poor boy to the doctor at El Norte. Pronto.
You are hurt, my friend.
I'm all right. I feel bad about the little fellow. The Pinto went lame and I traded horses with him.
Oh, you could not help that. Come, sit down. You must have food and drink.
Ernesto, a bottle of the best wine for our guest.
I will see that clothing and room are made ready for you, senor.
Thank you. How are you, Johnny?
Oh, I'm fine, Captain.
You have to go back.
Back?
You'll have to stand trial.
Well, you don't know what you're asking, Captain.
Unless Downer and his men are beaten in a fair trial, no man's life will be safe up there.
Fair trial? You saw Judge Jeffers. I wouldn't stand a chance.
I think you'll have a chance this time. A good chance. Anyway, we've got to try. You must trust me, Sergeant.
All right, Captain. I'll do what you say.
You like that, eh, muchacho? Bien. Another plate, Fernando. Now you're happy, no? Oh, you want some more, eh? All right, I'll get you something pretty. Oh, look. This, eh? Oh, you like that one. Here, Fernando.
Excellent. Excellent. You're a good shot.
Good gun. In the Army, you either learn to shoot or you get shot.
To shoot straight is one thing, senor. To shoot fast is another. Put the gun in your belt. Now, we see how quick you think. Like this. Draw any time. Another plate, Fernando. You did not think quick enough.
I guess you're right.
We try again. Another plate, Fernando.
¡Platos! ¡Mis platos! ¡Bárbaro! ¡Te robas mis mejores platos para servir de blanco! ¡Sin vergüenza! ¡Oh, mis platos! ¡Ándale! ¡Adentro con el niño! Este no es lugar para niños. Y usted también, don Nacho. ¿Quiere que siempre esté diciéndole a la señora que quebramos los platos en la cocina? ¡Oh!
Just like a woman. She thinks a dinner plate to eat on is more important than a dinner plate to shoot at. Come, amigo. I get you some guns, and we go somewhere else to shoot, eh? Vamos, Fernando. Another plate, Fernando. Otra vez, Fernando. Once again, my friend. Otra vez, Fernando. Start the pressure on the trigger as you come out. Otra vez, Fernando. Otra vez, Fernando. Otra vez, Fernando. Otra vez, Fernando. Once again, Fernando. Very good. What did I tell you, amigo? Now you're too fast even for Nacho, the best shot in Chihuahua. Another day, huh?
No more days, Don Nacho. Johnny and I leave for El Paso tonight. His trial comes up tomorrow. I hope Pesky came through with his end. It all depends on him now.
Come on, Jed. Come on. You're doing fine. Can't be much further. That's what you've been saying all day. I want to drink. Sure, sure. I'll give you drinks just as soon as we get to my mining claim. Come on now, Jed. Come on. You're doing just fine.
You can look for that mining claim yourself. I'm going back home.
What you need is a drink, Jed. Come and get it. Just a mite further. I think I see one of the markers up ahead there. That pile of rocks. Come on, Jed. Oh, Judge, look. There's a marker. Come on, Judge. I'll show it to you. It's right here. See? Look. Right by the tree where the map says it is.
There's no tree there.
Of course he ain't, because somebody cut it down and made a fire out of it. That's why. But that's a marker, all right, all right.
You're crazy. That's not a marker. That's a pile of stones where somebody built a fire. Give me that bottle.
Yeah.
Give me that. Oh, clumsy idiot. You don't.
You gone it, Judge. I'm so sorry. But don't worry. I got another one in my saddlebag. I'll go and get it for you. You stay right here.
Stop that, you idiot! What are you doing, you crazy idiot? You're breaking those horses. What are you doing? You blithering idiot. Why did you do that? Now we'll have to walk back to El Paso.
You're right, Judge. We'll have to walk. Probably takes all night. Who? Me walk? Oh, my God. Here, horsey. Horsey. Here, horsey. Jed. Go ahead and kill me.
You're sitting on a cactus. Doesn't it hurt?
Of course it hurts. But I ain't got the strength to jump.
And I haven't got the strength to kill you.
How much further we got to go?
I don't know. We ought to be home by morning. Suck on a button. It'll keep your mouth moist.
Say, that's a good idea.
Well, I guess we'd better be getting along before we stiffen up.
Yeah.
Now that I no longer have either the strength or the desire to kill you, would you mind explaining to me why you frightened those horses away?
Yep. Sober you up for Johnny Elkins' trial tomorrow. It's Captain Fletcher's idea. He wants to be sure that Elkins gets a fair trial.
Yes. Johnny Elkins' trial. Yes.
No hard feelings, Jed?
No, of course not. Of course not. I said suck them, not chew them.
Well, might as well get all the nourishment I can out of them.
Hound dog and his pup for 40 miles around.
It's a shame to disappoint him, Sheriff.
I didn't think a hanging would bring out so many folks.
They didn't come to see a hanging. They come to see Elkins win his case. They know if he does, they can all go back to their land. Right, Mahoney?
That's right.
Do you think that lawyer will show up with a prisoner?
Well, there's a rumor going around that he met with an accident. Trying to get across the border.
Oh, I see.
Here they come, Mom. Here comes Dad.
Here they come.
It's the lawyer and Elkin.
Running back like he said.
They're coming.
And Elkin.
And Don Macho.
Fletcher kept his word.
I thought you said... Now, wait a minute,
Shut up.
Bert.
Shut up. Start figuring a way out of this.
We still got the judge.
That's the trouble we haven't. He's holed up somewhere with a bottle. Send out your men. Search every doby and gully till you find him.
Well, come on. You heard him. Get going.
Dad.
Johnny, you all right?
Oh, I'm fine, Stell. Everything's going to work out. You'll see. Watch after your ma, son.
You bet I will, Dad.
You're prisoner, Sheriff. What's the matter? You look surprised. Didn't you expect me back? I hold you personally responsible for the prisoner's safety. See that nothing happens to him.
Inside.
Well, Susan, did you get my note about... Did you get my note about your father?
Yes, Clay.
What's the matter?
You've changed. You're different.
Oh, the clothes. They're Donachos. Pretty fancy. Hmm?
No, Clay, not the clothes, the guns. What do they mean?
Just a couple of extra legal arguments in case I need them. Where are the judge's law books? I need to brush up on my Texas legal code.
In here.
What you fellas got there?
The champion fighting cock of the world.
In Texas, too.
You betcha. He earned 10,000 pesos for us in 1 week.
You know Kenavi. Who said anything about wanting him? I gotta find Senor Fletcher.
Susan, if this works out the way I want it to, and if I break Donna's influence over your father, would you come away with me?
Oh, of course, Clay.
Clay! Pardon.
What is it, Pesky? Where's the judge?
That's what I come to tell you. I brought him in cold sober, like you said. But he won't be that way long. Sheriff's men grabbed him and hustled him into the Casa Grande for a drink.
Help yourself.
I tell you, Donner, I don't want to drink. In a few minutes, I've got to conduct a trial.
You're in no condition to hold court. You're all tuckered out. You need a drink.
Sure, it's bad for your system, quitting all of a sudden like that. Take a drink.
I tell you, I don't want a drink. A man is going to be tried for his life, and I've got to think clearly.
I said drink up.
But I
Go ahead. Hold on, Judge.
Do as I tell you.
Take your hands off him.
You know what happened to you the last time you butted into our business?
As Don Nacho would say, gentlemen, you're just one little bit too slow. Come on, Judge. Just to clear up any lingering doubts, we'll spin the mugs.
All right.
Clear out of here, all of you. You first, Donna.
Spin 'em, Sam.
Work.
Your turn, Fletcher.
Anytime, Sam.
Ready, Judge?
Gentlemen, court will convene under the notice tree in 20 minutes.
Where's the judge?
Here he comes. And jumping catfish. Look at him.
Take that thing off, Judge. You scare my horse.
Father,
Yes, dear.
look at me. I'm so proud of you. So very proud.
Thank you, dear.
What are you dressed up for, Judge? A circus?
No, he's wearing a nightgown.
This court will now come to order. Thank you, honey. Is the prisoner in court?
He is, Your Honor. I represent the defendant.
Are you a properly constituted member of the legal profession?
I am.
And who acts as prosecutor for the state in this matter?
I do.
Your name is John Elkins?
It is.
Are you aware of the nature of the offense you're charged with?
I am.
I'll plead you guilty or not guilty.
Not guilty.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Jeffers.
You will address the court properly, Sheriff, and only when you're in order. Will the prosecutor and the counsel for the defense please proceed with the selection of a jury?
Your Honor, the defendant waives his right to jury.
I object. We've got to have a jury. I insist.
According to the state constitution, the defendant is not compelled to be tried by a jury unless he so desires. Do you so desire?
No, sir.
I see no reason why Judge Jeffers shouldn't decide this man's guilt. I'm more than confident that he'll render the proper decision.
I thank you for your confidence in the court. Will the prosecutor please present his case?
Here, Judge Jeffers. What's this falderall all about? This man killed a deputy deader than a door nail, and we've got witnesses to prove it. The law says he's got to pay the penalty. That's our case, pure and simple. Now, the sooner you get through with all these bunky shines, the sooner we'll be able to go inside and get a drink.
Does the prosecutor rest his case?
He not only rests his case, he rests his feet.
Order in the court. Quiet, please. And now, will the counsel for the defense plead his case?
Your Honor, I have before me a copy of the Constitution of the State of Texas. With the permission of the court, I shall read from this Constitution.
You may proceed.
That no citizen shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property except by due process of law. Now, it is the contention of John Elkins that he did not have the protection of the courts as provided by law, but that while he was away fighting for the sovereign state which granted him these rights, the courts became dominated by selfish and corrupt interests. Sheriffs and judges were fraudulently elected and became the willing tools of men whose sole purpose was to rob and to steal through technical loopholes in the law, of course. I don't have to name these men to you. They're known to all of you.
Go on.
I contend that John Elkins did not commit murder in the moral sense of the word. Yes, he killed a man, it's true. But he killed him defending his home from thieves who came to take it away from him. John Elkins is not on trial here today, but the courts of El Paso are. And the sheriffs and judges who failed to protect him while he was away at war. That's all, Your Honor. It's up to you to decide where the real guilt lies.
I have carefully weighed the evidence presented here, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the sovereign state of Texas, I hereby declare the defendant, John Elkins, not guilty.
We're mighty grateful to you, sir, for freeing Johnny.
It wasn't Johnny I freed, Mrs. Elkins. It was myself. In exonerating John Elkins, the court recognizes the truth of defense counsel's statement that the real guilt lies elsewhere. I, therefore, resign my office as judge of El Paso County and hold myself subject to trial.
No. Not now, Judge.
I'll need a good lawyer, Mr. Fletcher. Would you care to defend me?
Looks like you've already been tried, Judge, by the people here. You've heard their verdict. They want you to stay on the job. You're now only accountable to them.
You know what this means, Bert? Every one of them will move back on their lands before sundown.
It's your job to see that they don't.
This calls for a celebration. Johnny, bring Mrs. Elkins and Jack over to our house.
Well, thanks a lot, Miss Jeffers, but we'd sort of like to get home and look after things. Home. Gosh, it sounds good just to say it.
We understand. Good luck, Johnny. Bless you both.
Come on, Stell. Son?
Excuse us, Judge. We'd like a word with you.
Surely, surely. Honey, you run along home now. I'll join you directly.
Well, don't be too late. It's almost dinner time.
I won't.
About our land, Judge.
I'm so happy for them, Clay. They're going home.
How about you?
Oh? I'll most likely go where my husband's law practice takes me.
Susan, sweetheart.
Hey, people are watching.
Okay. Take my boy.
What in heaven's name is that?
Son, I must ask you not to use that disrespectful tone of voice in referring to El Furioso.
What is it?
That it, son, is a champion fighting cock of the world. And Texas. He's a killer. That's why they call him El Furioso. Slick transaction, partner. Instead of freighting 300 hides back to New Orleans, we take the champ here. We'll clean up.
Where in the world you get him?
Of course, I'll have to...
Now, wait a minute. Oh, no, don't tell me. Not again.
Yep. Was I smart? Wasn't I?
World's champion fighting cock, huh?
How am I doing, partner?
Dios. Señorita Jeffers! Señorita Jeffers! Come quick! Something terrible has happened. Your father.
He's dead, Clay. They've killed him.
We'll take him in the house. Give me your hand.
I'll stay if you like, Susan.
What a terrible reward for his wonderful courage this afternoon. From now on, no man will dare raise a hand against honor in his crown.
Fletcher! Mr. Fletcher! You better come quick, Mr. Fletcher. They're after Dad and Mom.
You stay here, Jack.
What's the matter? It's our house.
Law. What good is law without enforcement? What good is justice if you're afraid to accept it? You saw what happened when a court of law was held up to scorn and ridicule. You saw a judge killed for daring to render an honest decision. You saw a man and woman brutally murdered for obeying the mandates of that court. The scales of justice are tipped too far out of balance here in El Paso. There's only one way to even them up, with a gun and a rope. The time has come to take the law into your own hands. Will you follow me? All right, then, you Johnny Rebels, let's go.
Wait, amigo. This thing you do is not good. You, of all people, should have respect for the law.
There's no law in El Paso County, Donacho. Only organized force masquerading as the law. We intend to meet force with force. Are you with us?
To uphold law, yes. To break it, no. I cannot ride with you, my friend.
Then, adios, Donacho.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hey!
We're with you, Clay.
Horse on you. Put a head on it, Sam.
All right, everybody, line up over there. You at the bar, turn around so I can see your faces.
It's the lawyer fella.
And the Elkins kid.
Get going! Go on! Jack, you recognize anybody? Go on, Jack.
He's one.
You sure, Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure. I saw him from the corral. He threatened to burn down our house if my dad didn't come out.
You, step on the line and come over here.
You're not going to take me.
Can you identify any more of these men, Jack?
Him! He dragged my mother out of the house.
It's a lie. I didn't do it. No, I didn't. It's a lie, I tell you. It's a lie. No. It's a lie.
There's something tied to his wrist.
Sheriff Lafarge, here's one more of your gang to pay for the death of Johnny Elkins and his wife. There will be more. He's not one of my men. I never saw him before. Anybody know who he is?
Now you know why I sent for you, Judge Fletcher. This is more of Clay's work.
Is there any way we can reach him?
Excuse me. There's a friend of his in town who takes him supplies. Maybe I can persuade him to drive you.
Oh, if you would, please. Please.
Oh, boy. You folks better get behind that clump of bushes yonder. You know, Captain Fletcher might change his mind if he sees you here. Say, Judge, my partner might need a little cash. How about paying me that $10 you promised for driving me out here, huh?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, by Jove, I remember now. Someone on the stagecoach said we might be held up. And I gave my wallet to a young lady to hold.
Stagecoach Nellie, by cracky, she got you too.
I hardly see the reason for so much mirth.
I'm sure you wouldn't, Judge Fletcher. Come along, I'll try to explain.
You folks better hurry. I think I hear him coming.
Hi, Clay. Having enough money for everything?
Everything but the soap. I figured you'd rather be dirty on the outside than hungry on the inside.
Good boy. It's a good thing you got here. We're running low on ammunition. Put some of that grub in your saddlebags, man, and help yourself to the bread. How's the terrible El Furioso? Won any fights yet?
She's got her mind on domestic problems. She's sitting on 15 eggs.
Hear that, men? Champion fighting cock of the world and Texas is about to become a mother.
Clay.
Susan. Grandfather, what are you doing here?
I came to see you, Clay. But I hardly expected to find my grandson like this, with a price upon his head.
Now, wait a minute, Grandfather. Don't you think you better withhold judgment until you learn all the facts?
He knows the facts, Clay. I've told him. You and these other men have murdered and hanged and shot your way from one end of El Paso County to the other.
That's the only way we got of defending ourselves, miss. Tim's right, ma'am. We didn't have a chance. Now things is different, thanks to Captain Fletcher.
Thanks to Captain Fletcher? You're a lawyer, sworn to uphold the law.
This isn't Charleston, Grandfather. It's El Paso. These men had to take the law into their own hands in order to defend the rights of their people.
The rights of the people. That had been the rallying cry of hoodlums since the beginning of time. Is that your justification for the hideous crimes you and these men have committed?
Isn't it enough?
No, it isn't, Clay.
There's only one way to protect the rights of the people, of all people. And that is by legally establishing courts of justice, where accused and accused may face each other on fair and even terms.
Your grandfather is right, amigo.
Don't you see, Clay? You're every bit as ruthless as Donner and his crowd. Why, all one person has to do is point a finger of accusation at another man, and he's condemned.
We had to fight back. It's only fair.
You call it fair when the innocent are punished along with the guilty? The man you dragged into El Paso yesterday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Elkins and his wife. Jack made a mistake. That man wasn't a deputy. He was a new minister who came to open a church.
I don't know what to say. Is there anything we could do?
Yes, there is, Clay. Stop before it's too late. There's nothing to keep me in El Paso now. We can go away together, wherever you say.
I can't desert these men.
Well, then find another way to settle your differences with Donner and Lafarge.
Another way?
Yes, Clay. You were educated to fight with words, not with guns. Sit down with these men, whoever they may be, and discuss your claims with equal regard for the other. Oh, do this for my sake, Clay. For Susan's, if not for your own.
What do you say, man?
Sounds all right to me.
I guess there's some truth in what the old gent says.
I'm willing to give it a try, Captain.
I wouldn't want to make another mistake.
All right, Grandfather. We'll try it your way.
Good, amigo.
It's much better this way, Clay.
This is the right way, Clay. I'll see Donner and Lafarge and arrange the meeting.
Unload that wagon. Pesky, you drive Miss Jefferson, the judge, back to town and bring back Donner's answer.
Partner, Mercury himself couldn't do it with greater relaxity.
I'll wait here with Clay if you don't mind.
I understand.
Here! Up!
Why didn't you let it grow? It looked pretty with a hair ribbon.
You'll stop laughing. You're next.
Hey, here comes Pesky. He's back.
Well, Pesky?
Judge Fletcher. No, Clay.
I'm sorry, Clay, but they made me bring him.
Who did it?
Lafarge.
Drive back to town. Take Miss Jeffers with you. Donato, you see that she gets there safely.
Si, amigo.
And Pesky, tell all the people in El Paso to be out of town by noon tomorrow.
What's the matter? Say, what's going on here? Why is everybody headed for the river bottom?
They want to get away before the shooting starts. Captain Fletcher and his men will be here.
Fletcher? What makes him think he's coming to town?
Oh, he'll be here all right when he learns what happened to his grandfather last night. I tell you, Donna, that shooting was a disgraceful affair. The Farge went too far. It was cold-blooded murder.
Who killed old man Fletcher?
Why?
That's what I want to know. Why?
To show that lawyer who's boss, that's why.
And since when have you been running El Paso?
As of now. Look, Bert, you've been pushing me around long enough.
Get this straight. I'm not jeopardizing my interest to protect you. You're on your own.
You don't have to protect me. I can take care of myself.
What's that?
If that's Fletcher and his men, you can start taking care of yourself right now.
you Johnny rebels. Let's go!
Senora Montez, I need your help.
You? Why should I help you? When I gave you my husband's coat, it was because my brother, Don Nacho, said you were a man worth of wearing it. But you're not better than the rest. All you can think is killing, killing, killing. When will it stop, Senor Fletcher? When you're all dead? Perhaps that will be better for El Paso. It's not bad, muchacho. You are not satisfied to shoot on all men and women. Now it's junk.
Look after the boy, will you?
Stop it. Take those ropes off. You'll be needing that for wrestling cows when you get back to your ranch.
What's the idea, Captain? We ain't gone to all this trouble for nothing, have we?
Yeah, what about that?
I don't know, but I do know it's time we started thinking about where this is leading us, besides just another hanging.
Yeah, well, what's wrong with that?
Yes, what about Donner? Donner's dead. The El Paso Land Association is broken up. Lafarge is your prisoner, ready to stand trial.
Trial? Him? Why, even a rope's too good for him.
Yeah, that's right. Now, wait a minute. Hear me out. Mob rule's no good, no matter how we try to justify it. We've broken the law, too. Did you ever stop to think who and what's going to be trying us someday? Yesterday at the waterhole, my grandfather said there's only one way to protect the rights of the people. That's through legally established courts of justice, where accused and accuser have a fair and equal chance. And that kind of a court will have a break, too. Even Lafarge here. I'm willing to trust my chances to a court like that. Are you? Sounds all right to me.
Me, too.
All right, boys, take those ropes off. We got work to do.
This is a great day for El Paso, my friend. And hell, brother. From now on, we're partners. Yes, sir. From now on, we're going to have law and order in our fair city.
Say, does anyone know when the next stage leaves for San Antone?